Okay, my name is Deidre Fruget. That's a mouthful. I'm from the United States and in the Texas area specifically. And I'm a mom of six boys. And currently, we're taking care of our youngest who has special needs. He's 28. And my husband's retired this past December. So we're navigating all that fun stuff. Whatever that means, right? We just have to work through it. I didn't. It's kind of a funny story how we came to it because my husband's a diabetic, and somebody at his work suggested for him to go outside in barefooted. And my husband's one not to ask questions, but when he came home and he told me about it, and I'm like, and what's the point? I mean, as children, we always ran barefooted. We played barefooted. We didn't think about it. Anyway, so I started wondering, what was he asking him to pursue? And that kind of started me on a journey of my husband had neuropathy. His feet didn't feel too, and then in some ways they were too sensitive to stepping on hard things. So I didn't know if we were trying to fix the feet or I didn't know. So I started Googling, what is walking barefooted gonna do? And then all of a sudden I came across grounding and earthing, and I just did a deep dive on it because I thought, okay, this is what this is sort of about. But what happened relatively quickly is my husband's feet started changing. He started getting circulation. They started turning pink. It took maybe 6 months to a year for them to really almost totally heal. I'm not going to say it was an overnight thing, but it was an overnight shock that he started feeling better. So that's when I started looking into products because I discovered, I can walk around barefooted a lot. I mow my yard barefooted, and that's probably not something somebody would say they would do. I have an electric mower, so I feel a little safer with it, but I just started finding things to do with being outside. We started having picnics. We sat on the ground. We took our special needs son out there. And then I started finding I have 8 hours that I could utilize still grounding while I slept. So that was, it just was part of our journey to, I guess, discovering it. Came kind of innocently. I didn't know anything about it. I'm kind of geeky where when something sounds a little woohoo, I want to go find out the science behind it. So that's exactly what I did. I mean, I read the medical reviews. I looked at them. I had to even go learn words so that I could interpret the words, right? But it was just because I wanted to be we were getting results. I wanted to share that with people, and I knew they might not take me seriously. Yeah, to be honest, I guess I started noticing conflict because some people were selling silver fiber sheets, and the issue with some of that is you're going to lose some conductivity because silver and the way they do the threads are very fine and they're going to break. And obviously, it was kind of an investment. You're going to make an investment in your health one way or the other, but yet you want to make an investment that's going to last longer. And so I found the original guy that did the kind of discovery, He has a company of his own, and we just bought the mini mat, and we just laid it on our bed. We found that polyesters, other man-made fabrics, our clothing inhibited some of the grounding. And how I did that was I learned to get a meter and check and verify, just because it was new to me. I just wanted to learn. And so we slept on the mat. Unfortunately, it gets a little warm. And but that's what we've always done. Now, my son can't stay on top of the mat very well. So we bought a sheet similar to what you sell. Unfortunately, it still slept hotter, more plastic feel. And I'm going to say that I think the thing I'm so excited about is whatever y'all figured out, y'all have tweaked a few issues. I'm going to tell everybody out there, every company I've pretty much tried them all, except some of the knockoffs off of Amazon. I wouldn't recommend going through Amazon. The snap is normally on the top. We always kick it off. Y'all figured out not to do that. If I wanted to put it on top, I'm not going to kick it off. It's going to be, even the rubbing of the sheet and the kicking or thrashing kids, whatever, I don't know. And then y'all made it perforated. You made it breathable and it's pliable. I don't really hear it. Some of the products we've had, you hear it when you sleep on it, or it sticks to you and you're like, and you're unsticking it and you're like, well, I'm gonna ground, but until I can find a better product, this is what I'm gonna do. Just thrilled with y'all's product. I'm thrilled with some of the troubleshooting that y'all have come to or toward. Y'all made it much more user friendly. Yeah, well, the original, I'm kind of giving you all the mechanical, but the actual health benefits were off the chart. I was having hot flashes, couldn't regulate my body temperature for years. And once I started grounding, that left. And so therefore I slept better. My husband slept deeper, better. I got more hours. My son slept better, and he has all kinds of issues that would keep him from sleeping. Still the benefits of Mark's neuropathy, his feet. I took pictures because it was like we wanted to go to his endocrinologist and go, look at this. But we also know we're swimming upstream because it's like, I'm going to work my way, or my husband's working his way out of needing help with his feet. And a lot of doctors just don't have that education, but I have appreciated, I've gotten in touch with several doctors that are prescribing grounding. And I love that. Yeah. I love that idea of how many things could you change? High blood pressure, that we've seen changes there. Inflammation. We both play pickleball. I can go ground after pickleball and I don't have the same recovery that I normally would. The next morning, I'm like, it doesn't bother me. And it's not bad. I'm not somebody that's aching and my knees are killing me or something, but the issues that I've had with a knee, I can actually put the little diodes, there's sticky things that you would normally get like an EEG or EKG or whatever on your heart. You can buy those and ground on either side of that issue. And by morning, I don't have any pain. It's my go-to. It's our go-to. We have friends. We started telling friends. Every one of them sleeps better. Every one of them. Every one of them. Men stop snoring. So I'm like, we should have done this a long time ago. So I'm sure there's other men or other issues that could come into play that could keep that from happening, but the benefits of grounding outweigh any hesitations because it's just like you need to try it because it's so beneficial. No, I didn't. I saw it more as an opportunity to increase the hours. It's not something you're just going to do and then stop because it just doesn't work that way. If you're going to ground yourself to the earth and all the benefits that come with, neutralizing all of the stuff that we get that's AC current on us, um, it's just something you have to keep doing because we keep living in it. I mean, it doesn't go away. I've actually tested that where I put my hand toward an LED light and I see on the meter the AC current in my body going up. And then I can step on a grounding mat and it goes neutral. I've played with it like I got a new toy at Christmas. I've even had a friend where I stuck, you can stick one of the little prongs of the meter in the ground. I touched a leaf, I grounded, she touched me, and she grounded just from touching a leaf. So, like I said, so I had no hesitation. And for a while, I was using like a grounding rod outside of windows, but it was too hard to really close the window. So my husband's worked for an electric company for 35 years, and I guess we have a little more knowledge of electricity. And it's just a matter of educating yourself and understanding the earth has a current. And, we used to garden, people used to touch it. We used to not wear rubber shoes. We had more benefit, whereas we don't now. I'd still say the idea of the benefits outweigh any questions, any hesitation. Or do your homework, learn about it. Also, I really can't make up my husband's feet changing. I can't make up my sleep changed. I can't make up my special needs son isn't dealing with what he used to deal with in his sleep. And those benefits. It's so beneficial when we travel, it goes with us because, you can still go outside, you can still go play in the beach water, you can still ground, but we just need that extra amount. So I've encouraged so many people, and I love your products because, like I said, why try somebody else's product where the snap's on top, you're going to kick it off, you got to fight with it? Why sleep on something hot? I would also tell people to be considerate about don't buy man-made petroleum products that don't let that grounding connectivity help happen. And it's an investment. You're going to go to a doctor for something, you're going to need whatever, or you can get the free, other than buying the little investment in a sheet or a mattress cover. To me, it's a no-brainer. It just is. But I was on a journey to learn. And I was thinking my husband's feet were going to get better, but then I saw benefit. I'm like, wait a minute. I had no idea what benefits we were going to have. I was just in it to help because I noticed my husband's feet healing, changing, circulation. So to me, that's a plus. And if you don't have health issues, it's still a plus. You're going to still sleep better. You just don't know you're sleeping well.